Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Houston Rockets Daily, where we post daily Houston Rockets content. If you enjoyed this video and you enjoy Rockets content, be sure to hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. Today was the final day of the regular season, and oh my goodness gracious, 20-62. You know what that means? Worst record in the NBA. And as ironic as it is, that is the best thing I could possibly think of for the Houston Rockets. The Houston Rockets now, at the very worst, will have the 5th pick in the NBA draft. And let's just say Houston didn't want the 5th pick in the draft. They want at least a top 4 pick. Well, you know what ends up happening? You use that Brooklyn Nets pick. You use, a future first-round pick. You do what you have to do to move up in the draft if you don't like any of the prospects at number 5, which that's the worst-case scenario. It's basically a coin flip on if the Rockets will get that pick, and I got you guys covered all off season. I'll be making videos on it every single day until the draft, and then after draft we'll kind of evaluate from there. But today I really want to talk mainly about Jalen Green, because he dropped 41 freaking points, man. 14 of 26 from the field, 4 of 11 from downtown, 9 of 11 from the free throw line. This was a phenomenal game. I think really, the development from Jalen Green at the start of the season to the end of the season is pretty evident. But the progression of Jalen Green from the All-Star break until the end of the season has been unreal. And it's even just in very simple stuff like defense. He's been a much better defensive player since the All-Star break, or especially from the start of the season. I look at getting to the rim. Jalen Green has always been a player, whether it was at the G League level, at the high school level, whether it was the first half of the season. Jalen Green has always been talented as far as just getting to the rim. Whether he's going to get fouled, do a layup, whatever it is going to be, he's had talent in that regard, 100% getting downhill. Jalen Green in the paint the last, let's say, 10, 20 games or so, he's kind of looking like a maestro almost. It's very evident that he has been putting in work. He's been putting in just work in the film room. He has become a much more efficient paint scorer. And you absolutely love to see it. You absolutely love to see it. As far as just shooting efficiency goes, this is a player who was shooting like a low 30% from the field, and just a pretty bad, like very similar low 30% from downtown at the All-Star break. Well, he had a phenomenal second half. And I think I speak for a lot of Rocket fans here. When you have games like this, you have all of your young players playing, right? You had Sengun, not his prettiest offensive game, but he's still dropping 9 and 8. He's still getting his minutes. But more specifically, you have, and I'm gonna make a video on this. I'm gonna probably make videos on every player recap. If that's something that interests you, let me know in the comment section. But when you have games like Jalen Green dropping 41 and you have KP dropping 26, 8, and 6, it gets you really hyped up. And especially when you start looking at the efficiency-wise, especially from downtown, which Houston, for some reason, man, we struggled all year shooting the 3-ball. Well, second half of the season, it was a much different story, especially tonight. You had KPJ 6 of 12 from downtown. That's very impressive, making 6 of them. Like, that's unbelievable. 4 of 11 for Jalen Green. It's so evident that, and I don't want any Christian, I really don't think it's Christian Wood's fault. I don't think it's Silas's fault. I really think it comes down to Jalen Green was a rookie this season. I think it comes down to KPJ played 20 games at the point guard position with a completely different roster last year, battled injuries at the start of the season, everyone was battling COVID at the start of the season. So I think really Kevin Porter Jr., give him one more year. The Rockets are going to give him one more year, so you better just kind of accept it, come to terms with it. Kevin is going to be an interesting basketball player, because you got to think worst case scenario, even if Kevin Porter Jr. isn't the point guard of the future, he at least should be one of the best 6 men in the entire NBA. So a lot of good things to be excited about, especially a loss just securing the worst record in the NBA, man. I cannot wait. The NBA playoffs in general should be awesome, and I am excited to watch it. But obviously, I got you guys covered with Rockets content for the for every day for the entire offseason. So let me know what you guys thought about tonight's game or just the season in general, and I'll see you guys later.